Guys, welcome to another episode of Phin-Addict Fury with your host, Larry Krayn. Tough day today, right? Another loss. Are we surprised? Yeah, because you think you're going to beat the Colts, don't you? You think you're going to beat them. But we didn't. And we are now 1-3. Looks like the Jets are going to win, so we're actually tied with the Jets. That's how bad we are. Just to put that in perspective, the Bills crushed Houston, so they are well on their way to winning the division pretty easily, I would think, and probably are a Super Bowl contender. And Miami Dolphins are in purgatory. And now I see a lot of people still debating the quarterback situation. Look, Brissett's been bad. When Tua comes back, will it be better? Maybe marginally better. I still don't think Tua is the answer. But, all the debate about the quarterback situation, or even any debate at all about the talent level of the team, let's be honest, the team's talent level is pretty bad. The offensive line is terrible. We made some really blunders of draft picks. We pretty much squandered all those draft picks we had. But aside from any of that, I think this loss today shows, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as most of you should be concerned, that the problem on this team, even if Tua comes back, whatever, none of that matters, because management and coaching is pathetic on this team. Today was an absolute disaster of a coaching showing by Brian Flores. He was piss poor. Let's stop pretending he wasn't piss poor, because he was piss poor. The attempted pooch kickoff after the touchdown, we finally got some momentum that goes out of bounds, gives them the ball at the 40-yard line. Terrible. How about the fact that, let's talk about this offense. I said in the offseason that Brian Flores made a terrible, terrible mistake when he nominated these two offensive coordinators, these dual offense coordinators, instead of bringing in an established OC. And then what did we get today on the broadcast? Did anybody catch that? Did anybody catch what we got on the broadcast today? We got on the broadcast today that not only do we have those two dual OCs, but neither one of them are even calling the plays. You got two offensive coordinators, and neither one of them are calling the plays. They showed the guy who's calling the plays. I forget his name, some other assistant. He's not even one of the two OCs. He's calling the plays. So not only do you have two, and they're not good, now you have somebody else who's not even one of them calling the plays. And it's interesting, because who are our two best offensive weapons? Let's be honest. Mike Gesicki, who, by the way, is not signed yet. They're going to let him walk like they do all the time. They let our best players walk all the time. Mike Gesicki and Devontae Parker. What happened the last 2 weeks? The last 2 weeks at the end of the game, what happened? The last 2 weeks at the end of the game, they started throwing the ball downfield to Gesicki and Parker. It's like Parker, Gesicki, every other play. And what happens? What happens? We move the ball. We get the ball downfield, and we get it in the end zone or close to it. 2 weeks in a row now. But how come the entire rest of the game, Gesicki and Parker are MIA? You got Adam Shaheen out there catching passes. You got Smythe. Where the hell is Gesicki and Parker? And I know a lot of people don't love Gaskin because Gaskin's small, but let's face it, Gaskin can run pretty well too. He can catch the ball in space. He's not in there. It's Brown. Brown played okay, but where's our fucking starting running back? And I apologize for the language, but geez, that's how frustrated I am. The coaching is pathetic. You got Grant back there muffing punts. How many times are you going to do that? And then you look at our draft picks. Waddle, okay, Waddle. Maybe he was in theory a great pick for what the offense they were going to run, this RPO horizontal offense. But when push comes to shove, it's still Parker and Gesicki downfield that make a difference, that are impact players making impact plays. Waddle's a nice piece, but we dropped the first rounder on him. Why is he's not around when we need the game, when it's on the line? Fuller got hurt again, another bad signing, let's be honest. I think that at the end of the day, to save this video from being just a rant, I think my point is that the coaching and the front office has been pathetic. We got rid of Tunsil. We got rid of quality players. And again, I won't stop. I will not stop talking about Flowers and Karras. I will not stop about that senseless parting ways with two veteran O-linemen. The front office and the coaching has been pathetic. And you could say the game day coaching was pathetic by Flores today, because it was. It was terrible. today by Flores on so many levels. But as a head coach in the National Football League, part of your job is to basically be the CEO of the coaching staff. And when you screw up big-time decisions, long-term big-time decisions, even non-game day decisions, but long-term administrative decisions in any job, not just a football head coach, any job, that's a fireable offense. And Flores' decision to go with these two OCs who don't even call the plays in the offseason, that's a fireable offense based on how it's playing out. Our best playmakers are not being used, and when they are used at the end of the game, you see the difference. Why are they not used? Why are they not in the game plan? Because the OCs and the offensive coaching staff is trash. And why is it trash? Because Brian Flores made that decision. That's who he put in that position. That's a fireable offense. And we can talk about Tua, we can talk about the quarterback room, we can do that all we want. But we're never going to get any clarity on whether Tua is or isn't the guy, or how good he is, ever. Or how good any of these other guys are. It's not like a talent deficit against Indianapolis. It's not a talent deficit. Our coaching is so pathetically bad that we'll never get a read on Tua. How are we supposed to know if Tua's bad or good? When the coaching is so bad, you can't get a read on it. How are you supposed to do that? So until we figure this coaching staff out, we are going to be in a lot of trouble. And that's the main problem right now. That's the main problem. So it was just a disappointing day all around. It's really all I got to say. Terrible, terrible, terrible day, and Flores should be on the hot seat.